Let's see if they'll prove me wrong. Well done. Thank you for proving me 110% wrong. So like, look, you get here, you just paid for people to get here. They click through, they land our services. Great, I'm in. What do I do next? I don't know. Again, not designed for conversion. We're going to be looking at another local funnel today. We're going all the way down to Florida, where we will be looking at some attic insulation. So, man, if you're in Florida, it gets a little moist down there. So this is actually probably a pretty solid niche. So I'm really curious to see what things are going on. So what you're seeing on the screen right now is kind of the location we'll be looking into. We're looking at Martin County and Palm Beach County. We ran this kind of different searches for an entire week, every single dang hour. And these were the keywords we were going after. So really, really broad keywords. Again, when you're using these types of tools, whether it be PPC Reveal or any other one, you want to start really broad because you're trying to figure out who the heck is advertising on these and what are they doing? And it's going to help you either identify cool prospects, or if you already closed an attic insulation company, start seeing, who are the contenders that you're going to have to be dealing with and what does it take to win? All right, so let's take a look now. So in the summary here, we found a total of 23 unique competitors that were in those two counties that were bidding on those keywords that I shared. And there was 157 unique ads. So let's start taking a look at the advertisers. Cool. All right, so whoa. That is a, someone's holding at 90.3%. So, every 9 out of 10 times you're going to be seeing Atto's Attic. Oh gosh, I'm going to be showing myself again on this where I don't know how to pronounce things from URLs. So, then you see a pretty stark drop off into the 40% and kind of keeps going down. So there's kind of a lot of opportunity here for people to compete, which is nice to see, especially when you're kind of getting at that county level, at that really, really local level. So let's take a look here. So if you're not familiar with this type of report, what we're looking at right now is just everybody that we saw during that search period. And the visibility score is how often did that advertiser, or at least one of their ads, show up when we were searching. So that's a pretty intense stat to see. And then, so we break it down by like kind of the top 10 and then the bottom 10 to see like who's really stinking. So if you have any prospects that you're reaching out to that are in this bottom 10%, they're spending money, but they're probably not getting much of a return on that. And especially the people in the middle, these are the people that are spending a little bit more cash that are ready to try and kind of like jump over into the next tier with people. And then some of these are even like, you have like Angie.com is even kind of running at a lower percentage there. So you're getting some bigger names that are showing up. So some of the things kind of break down. Let's see. We had 2 locations. So yeah, they're showing up for all keywords, all locations, average position. They're hanging out at 1.2. So they're doing well. They're generally at that number 1 position with other people with kind of like higher visibility landing in that 2 spot, probably below. And then, then you're just kind of running into folks that are, no one's even seen them. Okay, so how I like to do these things is I like to take a look at a few of the advertisers, and then let's just like dig into the actual ad copy and see what's going on. I haven't done this one too much yet, but I want to check out what's going on in the ad schedule. All right, so yeah, you're seeing a lot of competition, and it's primarily happening, which makes the most sense during the day. You have some people trying to do some work at night. I can't imagine anybody's doing emergency attic work at night. So if you're a local firm that's doing these, let's actually pick a 11 p.m. ad. Kind of those top people are like, I don't care what I'm spending, that are showing up there. Okay. So yeah, if like kind of a pro tip, if you're not really doing emergency service stuff or anything along those lines, you probably don't need to be going into the wee hours of the morning. Let some people waste their money there, especially if like you're not going to be doing anything with phone calls at that point in time, or you're just going to be kind of in that kind of delay. So let's go take a look at the advertisers. Let's start with the behemoth. Let's see what they got going for them. And I'm not going to try to pronounce it again because I sound like an idiot. All right, so there we are. Filter. Cool. All right. Whoa. This one single ad variant is seen 31% of the time for attic insulation companies. So let's take a look at some of the copy here. 99 cent square foot attic insulation. Awesome. Like they're telling you up front, right up front what that's going to cost you. I love it. That's a good way to filter out people who are like 99 cents a square foot ain't for me. Then guess what? They're not going to click on it. And so that saves you a click, right? You don't want your ads to be for everybody. You want to do some work at any stage to create a level of friction. I know that sounds a little counterintuitive. We're like, no, we want to get everybody down there. But if they're going to click on that, now you're paying for it. And if they were unqualified and you didn't find a way to get them unqualified earlier on, you're just going to have a really, really poor conversion rate, and everything's going to increase. Your CPA is going to increase, and just everyone's going to be upset. Attic installation companies improve home comfort and reduce energy bills by 30. I love this line, reducing energy bills by 35%. I hope they have a variation of that, but this is still really solid in the headline. Like, that's killer. Install or replace new ad. This is a good ad. I like it. I like it a lot. Let's take a look at some others. The only kind of, they have Attic Insulation, and then they're the company, so you're fine. You're fine there. This is fantastic. Blown in insulation cost. I still don't know. I don't know what that means because I'm not an attic person. So if that's a term of the trade, some people might not know that, but others might. And maybe if that's a term that people are typing in, you'd want to have that there. I don't know. Again, big idiot when it comes to attic installations. All right. Near me, seeing about the same stuff. So the near me's not showing up near as much. Oh, that's good. Good to see as well. They do have ad extensions on. Remember, like when we see ads, it's like what we saw at that given time. So sometimes ad extensions show up, sometimes they don't. Make sure you have ad extensions turned on for the most part when you're doing these types of things, but make sure you choose the right ones. Cool. So now that we kind of got to take a look at their ads, let's see where they're sending us. I think they're all sending to the same spot. And what I'm worried about, this is what I'm kind of worried about, is that they're sending us to like one of their SEO pages. So the thing that they just, ultimately keyword stuffed to a level where just not really persuasive. It's more like they're still trying to get found. So let's see if they'll prove me wrong. Oh, well done. Thank you for proving me 110% wrong. I was positive they were going to send us to like some SEO page. It's like, we have attic insulation services, and that's the thing, attic insulation services, and attic insulation. And they're not going to make an ask. They're not doing anything. They're just trying to make sure that they're ranking for organic. And that's not what you want to be doing when you're paying per click, right? So this is a really great setup here. People who probably watch this and I'm like, oh, wow, that's really nice. They're like, oh, I bet that page could have looked prettier. It's not a pretty page. And there's things that they could do a little bit better. I think the buttons are a little weird to me. Like there's a few things, like a button needs to look and feel like a button. I'm not sure if they're both just telephone numbers. So not exactly sure what it's kind of a weird flow there, but in general, like pages don't need to be beautiful. They need to be focused, and they need to make sure that you know what you're getting and you know what to do next. Those are the two things that really matter. And when you're doing this type of work where you're, directly like, hey, they know attic installation services are here. I wish they'd reiterate that 98 cent per square foot, right? That'd be pretty neat and more consistent with the ads that were coming in. But then they're getting into trust indicators. Cool. They have their look. That's great. 24 hours. Okay, cool. Getting started has never been easier. Don't get cute. I liked how you're direct here. Stay direct and then really dig into it. You could even say like spray and lysine for foam insulation, or starting with like improve energy costs up to 50%. Boom, that should go right there. That'd be killer. Then you have another button, and this one actually stands out. Buttons need to stand out, look like a button, and do what they need to do. Spray and foam insulation is one of the best options. Love this one here. So this is very direct into it. A little long, a little wordy, but cool. All right. Again, everything is click to call. Everything. Why choose us? How our services work? What's the process? This is a great page. This is a great dang page, and they're putting a lot of money behind it. It seems like, for where they're landing. So this is solid. Not a whole lot. I think it's like make it look and feel like a button a bit more. For people who aren't ready to call, you might want to have some level of lead capture, maybe, whether that be even like a chat widget type thing or a form, because you might be missing out on some people there. Do you have testimonials? Yeah. Nope. They're talking about you again. Awards. Cool. You do have some testimonials. That's awesome. I'd put some arrows on the side of these because people don't know to click them buttons. Right. But no, this is a fantastic page. Like I'm like wax poeticing over here, not knowing their conversion rate. I bet this does just fine. But yeah, those are just some things that I noticed there. So this is pretty cool. I'm actually really curious now. Let's see how it looks on the danged mobiles. Right. Attic Insulation Services. Cool. They might, if it were me, I'd probably cut down on some of these. I'd hide those and get it into either what we do, or you'd probably get into the what we do. Kind of getting away from that, saying like, hey, when you work with us, you can save up to 50%. Like, that's awesome, right? Bring in that what it costs up here, starting at 98 cents per square feet, why you can save, why it's the right option, and then you can get into some trust filters. Maybe you want to try like a different variant where these are smaller so that they're not just taking up all that space. You lose a lot of people on phones after a couple swipes, and it takes a lot of swipes to get to the meat of what's going on here. You don't have a lot of time. Cool. All right, so pleasantly surprised on this one. Like, congratulate. It's very rare I see someone in this top visible area that kind of goes to the landing page. Like, I've seen a lot of things in like the plumbing niche where they just kind of land on these like those SEO pages, and it's completely not optimized for action. So let's go after and see what Koala is up to. I mean, they're taking up, they're getting like almost 50% visibility. So they gotta. Oops, I can't spell koala. There we go. Filters. All righty. So keywords they're showing up for. Let's see. They're hitting all 5. Awesome. They're in both locations. Cool. All right. So much lower visibility on individual ads. I bet they have yes. Oh, yes. They have a ton of variations here. Yeah, that makes sense. When you're reading these types of reports, remember when we're back on advertisers, like, hey, 40.5% visibility in aggregate that at least one of their ads was seen. When you have more ads, you're going to have less visibility per ad because there's so many different variants, right? So they're probably like they're letting Google kind of optimize, their headlines and descriptions and all that fun stuff. But let's get them back up. All righty, let's take a look. So, attic insulation companies near me: Palm Beach Insulation Experts, 1-day insulation upgrades. You're not talking about attics there, so you might want to toss that into the headline. That might be a little bit better. I like how you're just calling out Palm Beach because it's in Palm Beach, so that's smart. Let's see what some other ones look like. So now you have attic in here. Okay, Palm Beach Insulation Experts, attic insulation removal. I don't know if, again, big dumb idiot when it comes to attic insulation, the process. But if they're doing removal, my guess is you might be putting it back in. I don't know the process, but that's probably fine. I don't know if it's implied that if you're removing it, you're putting it back in. Insulation companies near me get a $1,200. Oh, that's nice. Okay, going into some other things here. Of like, hey, you'll get credits when you do this, and you'll stop wasting money. So they're going for double dipping there. If they made that a little bit more real, like how much money they could save. I liked what the last folks did there. I'm not going to try to butcher their name again. 1-day installation upgrades, 5-star. Yeah, they have this right. You don't need to be cute. They're kind of getting right into it. I love it. Now, let's see. What are the landing pages? Palm Beaches. Anything that's not. Ooh, interesting. Blown in insulation. Okay, blown in attic insulation. So this is a different set of ads for attic insulation services. All right. So that's that. I'm curious about what both of these look like. Let's pull this up. Let's pull up the next one. All right. So for the blown in services, we're seeing, okay, so blown in attic insulation in West Palm Beach. Got a, just left us 5 stars. That's nice. Everyday energy and service, get estimate. I hate ghost buttons, When you have a button, you want to make it sound like, make it look and feel like a button. These don't stand out, but I get it from a design perspective why you're going that route. All right, then you get into the old, okay, you're breaking down everything. Give your home an upgrade. All right, they're starting a lot of great examples on this one. So this is, I mean, This is a really, really solid page. Only recommendation on this is it is still like your main website. You might want to cut down on some of the navigation portions. Like, and if you don't want to make a brand new page, don't. You could probably do some variant where if you know that traffic's coming in, you can hide these and just keep your dang number up there. But overall, like, not a whole lot to say on this. I'm curious what it looks like on the old mobile. Let's see. Inspect. How you looking? Oh, looking weird. Okay. Yeah, this is nice. No longer video kind of thing in the background. That makes sense. You don't want to have a video like just blowing up a phone. Still keeping that there. Menu at the top. Getting to give your home an upgrade with blown-in cellulose for fiberglass attic insulation. Cool. Yeah, so, I mean, not a whole lot to really dig into. This is a really solid page in general. It's one of the only ones that I've been like, you know what? I'm not terribly upset about them kind of like bringing them to this this kind of like website. Like, normally I lose all of my mind when that happens. So, good on them. Let's see on this one. And yeah, this is when they just went to Palm Beaches. So kind of a very similar page. Still really pointed. And I think this must be, what's main site? Okay, that's just the website. I'm curious. And then let's see, do they have, main site looks very different. So these do look like they're distinct from it. So they're kind of like really broke things down. But overall, again, not too bad one bit. Qual insulation to the Palm Beaches. Let's go back to some of those ads again. I'd bring, 1 day insulation. I'd bring that back more front and center. That's probably the only thing. Like, whatever you're promising in here, which they're using a lot of variants, they might not know at that point. But you could have general keyword insertion based off of that. So on the page, make it so it shows up based off of what was in the headline. In any case, again, surprisingly well done. A lot of folks in the home service space don't get this right, but it seems like Florida came to play today. All right, let's take a look here at another. Let's go. I want to take someone more middle of the road. Let's Terminix. That sounds like a big old company. It's interesting that they're running so far down. I'm really curious. Let's take a look. All right. I'm going to open this up to make sure like if this is making me. Oh yeah, that's the big boy. That's who I thought it was. All right. So they're not showing up all that much. A lot of the other people are beating them out in terms of visibility. What were they at before? I think they still had a high like average placement, I believe. So attic insulation, schedule your free inspection. Attic insulation. Okay. So you want to do an Other people I'm talking about, we're talking about inspections. They were talking about, hey, we got this thing to insulate and we want to do it for you. They probably end up having to quote or do those types of things, but kind of leading in with the quote seems a little different here. So different might be good. You don't always have to be the same. In some cases, you don't want to be the same, but you want to make sure you're meeting the expectations. But no, this is like different. Very low visibility on all ads, and they didn't have high visibility to begin with. So these are their heavier hitters. It's looking like. So contact our expert trained specialist for a custom attic installation quote. Why do they want to do it? It's great. You're open 24 hours. Awesome. I don't think attic insulation people are like, I need this thing insulated at midnight. Again, I don't know, but I have a feeling that's not the case. And then you're getting into pest control services and some other things as well. If people are looking for attic insulation installers, like you're trying to do a whole lot of stuff here. So this might fall under like as a campaign into some of their like larger service offerings. They might have snuck on in and they weren't planning on it. Not planning on it because they go to attic insulation, but I'm surprised that they're kind of putting some of these pieces of content in there. So let's take a look here. This lands on main site. This is their overall like home services, attic insulation. This is their SEO page. This is one of those things I talk about that I really don't like because this is the page they're trying to use to rank likely. And yeah, branch Austin, you can change all that stuff. It's just a lot going on. It's a busy page, trouble-free installation. You're going to see the word insulation a lot. Let's see. 44 times installations on the page. So you know what they're doing here. Let's see how many times attic is. 30 times. Okay, so yeah, they're really stuffing this page up. I guess that's unfair. Let me look at this one. How many times did you say it to? 22. So Still insulation 13. Okay, so see the difference. This one's, we need to be putting more. The other one's like, we kind of have to say what we do. We know attic insulation, more comfort view, benefits of determined attic. Do they care that it's recycled material and is Energy Star certified? I think what they care about is, does it, what does it cost me? What will it reduce in costs? Will I get any of those sweet benefits and write-offs? And how long will it take me to do it? You're kind of failing in a lot of ways here. But again, big old company. What do I know? In some regards, I just do know that you need to be speaking more with what they want. And you can't do that specifically on an SEO page. This is not a conversion-oriented page. This is a page meant to have people who are typing attic insulation who are wary of ads and won't click on those, that are looking for like the real results. And they're just going to try and land on this one. So cool. And then obviously, because I'm in Austin, it's pulling it in Austin. Like this was going to show up in Florida for other folks. All right, cool. Let's do one more of these. And okay. I almost got to do re-insulate Florida at this point. This one only has like an ad, so I don't really want to do that. Re-insulate Florida has 9 and has some level of visibility. So this would be somebody that, you know, it would be ripe for the taking if you were considering trying to like use this as a prospecting piece. So let's go in. There we are. Let's filter it in and let's take a look. All right. So they got 9 total ads in here. Alrighty. So let's see here. Replacing attic insulation, blown in insulation near me. Hey, they have that near me. Attic insulation services. Awesome. They're going blown in insulation near me, replacing attic. Yeah. So they have like 3 or 4 headlines. And then they're all kind of using that. It looks like they're using a lot of the keyword factors in there as well. So that's really great. We are a family owned and operated for 30 years. We're family owned and operated for 30 years with same day service available 6 days a week. Insulation contractors in Boca Raton. Close opens 9 a.m. All right. So yeah, in these cases, I wouldn't be spending as much time here talking about your family owned and operated. Talk about that story later. Be more direct on this thing. Why should they be working with you? Right. Top notch customer service. Great. What are the benefits of just doing attic insulation? Because at this point, people know they need to do it, and they want to know, like, what are the benefits? Like, why do they need to do it even? Like, why should they be doing it now? Like, why can't they just push this off a little bit longer? You know. So let's see. So we're going into. It looks like it's still their main site, but I don't. Again, I don't hate it. What I do hate is that it just says our services. This isn't a great experience here. So I would, in this case, actually, I take it back. I hate it. This is just kind of their standard services page, and they're expecting you to kind of like really dig in and do more work in a lot of just paragraphs. And no offense, like I'm not trying to be offensive there and be like, I hate it. No, I just was giving it, I think, a little bit more credit where it wasn't due. You need a dedicated landing page. If some way, y'all end up seeing this, take a page out of Koala, fine. Take a page out of what these folks are doing. They are being very specific in what they're trying to achieve and keeping you focused and giving you a reason to work with them. You're not doing that here. Our services. They literally said they want replace attic insulation. They literally were interested in blown insulation near me. Our services. That doesn't work. To be fair, you do bring up that 30 plus year experiences. And you mentioned that a lot. I don't think you need to be doing that here just yet. There's other things that you need to be looking into. So I'd model what some of these other folks are doing. You have a lot of good content on the page in terms of the benefits. Cool. You're not talking about like more tangible benefits as well, which would be, cost, like what it, like how it improves like energy efficiency and those types of things. But yeah, you're missing on a decent number of things here. And this is also just all sorts of areas for leakage here. And then you're not really even making an ask on the page. So like, look, you get here, you just paid for people to get here. They click through, they land our services. Great. I'm in. Well, what do I do next? I don't know. Again, not designed for conversion. I'll take a look real quick on mobile. My guess is it's just going to be standard responsive. Inspect. Yeah. And I mean, all the same problems here, except, except call now for a free quote. They have that right there. So their mobile version is just better, but it's still not reiterating because it has a call to action on it. And that's the only reason why. There is not a lot of consistency between this and the ad, which is just an overall problem. Cool. So while I'm at it, I'm actually a little curious. All right. So I'm just really curious here. So I just was like, when are they advertising? So they definitely were making sure that their ads showed up during a set time frame, which is really, really smart. So at least they were doing that and not going into like 24/7 territory. So that's really good to see. But yeah, in general, not a huge fan of how they created a level of consistency there. Cool. So, all right, that's it. That's all I got today. I mean, there's plenty of other things I could go through, but there's already a lot of time if you made it to this point, which if you did, awesome. A lot of the things we saw here, I was pleasantly surprised that there were so many kind of like well done pages on the top end of things. Like normally the people that are just pumping money in are kind of like, we'll send them as a branding effort to the website. But you had some traditional, just like true pay-per-click landing pages, which is kind of rare in the services space. So awesome. Congratulations. There were more national brands that were starting to show up, but they didn't quite make it into like kind of the top tier, which was interesting. But those were also sending to service pages. So you can see the difference between people sending to like an SEO service page versus a landing page there. And then you had some folks that just didn't have really any consistency there. So remember, when you're working on these types of ads and you're spending money on sending people to it's like your page so you can, get more jobs for your business or just sell more stuff, you want to make sure that your ad is enticing them to click and being very direct. You're being consistent between the ad and the page, and they're actually asking them to do something. Come on, Attic. What was it? Re-insulate Florida Gold Star insulation. Ask them for something. You're only asking on the mobile phone. Ask them on the page too. But yeah, you just got to make sure that when they're there, they need to make sure that they don't feel like they're in the wrong place, that you're reiterating the message. The ad is you making a promise. The landing page is you keeping that promise. If you can keep that promise effectively and tell them what to do next, they are going to convert with you. Right. So that's that for today. All right. Thanks again. I'm Justin Rondo, president at InvisiblePPC. And if you're looking for some help running ads, if you're an agency and need help running ads for your clients, you should definitely check us out at InvisiblePPC.com. If you want to be able to do this for your clients or for your own business, check out ppcrevealed.ai. If you liked the content or learned something from this, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. And also, if you have a niche you want us to look into, whether it be like ones we've done before, a niche in a specific location, throw it in the comments and we can start taking a look at those, even though I really don't want to look in the comments because people are mean, but we'll be taking a look at those to come up with some new reveals for you and to walk through some more local funnels. So again, thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.